Mike's on the line.
Good morning. I'm going to log into the bridge and then, do we have Vinay or Jeff here?
Yes, Vinay's here.
Yeah, Jeff's here too.
Okay.
So, should I get started and go through it? Or?
Sure, I think so. Let's kick it off then. Are we starting with XRS or IVG?
I don't have a preference.
Let's go with XRS.
Let's do IVG first.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And for reference, Ben is recording this.
Guys, good morning. It's Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Good morning, Pete. For
Good
anybody
morning.
here at the Dallas office, there's a nice cake in the break room. Go have some.
Man, oh man, and I'm not there.
And I'm not there too. Brother.
Cake for breakfast is a little much.
Delicious buttercream frosting. It's good. It's really good.
Oh, thank God, though, I'm not. After the donuts on Friday.
Hey, we had some issues with the Safari browser. In fact, I haven't used Safari for a long time, but on the iPhone, we had issues with the Safari browser. I think we were kind of told to just not use it. Is that kind of still the case?
Tracking towards that browser? Or?
No, the Safari browser, we need to get compatibility with that.
So that's a question here. So people for onboarding, if users, when they get the invite token and they click it, it's going to open Safari by default on an iPhone.
Sure. I mean,
Lonnie, what was wrong with what were we seeing on Safari? Let me say that again. What did we see in Safari?
I don't remember what they were offhand. I just remember when we started, we saw some issues and we were said, don't use Safari, use Chrome. So I switched to Chrome and I've never went back, but I was seeing weird, like the Omni icons not loading correctly just yesterday. So I noted a few things and then went back to Chrome because we were kind of told to stay away from it. But just raising that point again that, it is the default browser, so that's going to be a problem.
You're talking about
Can we get through the two flows first, and then let's go through any known issues.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the first page. There shouldn't be anything modifiable here. Next page is where they input a serial number. Lonnie, you want to hook me up with that?
Yeah.
For these users, they have this search here to be able to search for what the MasterPack ID is, but it doesn't allow them to do anything with that information except for determine which one to go back from the, back and grab.
who's presenting right now? Is that Ryan?
That's me.
Is that Ryan? Okay, thanks.
Sorry. Hello. Yeah, Ryan, in the last screen, you switched from IVG to XRS using the URL change. Is that the only way that we can switch, or in future are we going to have two different platforms?
As of right now, there's two start point URLs because the VARs would have only one product in phase one.
Oh, yeah.
So you're either going to have a page that links to the IVG one or the XRS one. And there shouldn't be a way to switch from one to the other, at least, through the UI.
Oh, yeah.
This serial number is validated on Blur. So type anything in and click. Oh, it's gonna check it. As of right now, the validation code isn't being validated, but we have a ticket for it, so.
So Vinay, is it still airing out if you leave that extra serial number and validation field open?
I did not try that one. Probably I will try to replicate that issue today.
I think that was in the requirements. Pete, maybe you can verify that you said to always open a new serial number field.
Sorry, which part? We're going kind of.
So back on that last screen, when you enter a serial number, the verification code, it automatically opens up another serial number and verification code field, like to enter a second one.
Yeah.
So I think Vinay was finding on Friday, he just said he would check again, but that was causing an error. If you have that field open and you hit continue, that might be causing errors. We may not.
Open meaning there's a blank section there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a bug. Is there a question?
Sorry.
Well, we may need
having your cursor in the device ID is what's going on? Like in the new one?
Having the extra serial number, the blank field open, and hitting continue.
Ryan, can you go back so you can see this?
Guys, I feel like we're going all over the place here. Can we, because I haven't seen the whole thing through, can we do a pure happy path and just kind of talk through the status of where we're at and so on, and just validate that everything goes end to end? That's the main goal of this demo, right? Then what we can do is go through all the different variations, if you guys want to do that, and the not so happy path.
Okay. Speaking of end to end, is the email actually sending? Do I need to use an actual email here?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It is actually sending, or?
I'm sorry.
No, the emails are not being sent, so it doesn't matter right now.
Okay, cool.
I think the emails are being sent.
The emails that tested last night, no emails were sent.
No, the email should be sent. If it's INT, I think everything was fixed on Friday.
So
should have
I
sent.
tested last night around 6 o'clock, and it wasn't working.
So
I didn't get any emails.
Okay, can we go?
If we can just go, starting from the top here, I'd like to see, and I'd like the QA team to watch, and let the dev team go end to end and do a demo and identify any known issues, just end to end. That the dev team being the Unity team, Salesforce team, and Jeff, the integration team. If we could just do that, please, and then we can argue about every detail point, what's working, what's not working, because we just need to get to a baseline here of understanding of where we're at.
Well, you just said you wanted to know known issues, so don't you want to know known issues, or?
Not right now. I mean, I want the dev team to present any known issues that they know and where we're at this point. And then, that way we can just understand where we're at. Does that make sense, Julie, or?
Yes, we only have 30 minutes, so.
Yeah, I mean, we can have a follow-on. We just need to get through one thing.
We do.
And that's
we have
it.
a war
and then we'll, yes.
every day this week
Right.
in the afternoon from 3 to 5. So.
Yep.
It was supposed to work end to end this morning to show QA, and if it's not, we'll need to note those and follow them up at 3.
Yes, agreed.
So this is post receiving that email. Verifies this information.
Okay.
One of the known issues that I noticed is this expiration year has always been valid initially. The way it goes away. But yeah, I won't let you submit it without agreements. That's the end of the IVG flow.
So quick question here, should the customers be having that link to the customer portal already at this point on that final screen there?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I mean, we haven't even created the customer yet. How they'll get errors and stuff when they go in the portal.
They shouldn't.
Well, we haven't even created the customer yet. How would they not have errors and they wouldn't have access?
They're created right here.
If they're in the Unity database, they may not be as a customer prop node, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Right, they're not. Right, so they don't have any permissions. They would get errors when they try to go to anything in the portal. I mean, they could land on the home page, but that's about it.
They can manage users and start getting users set up.
I don't know about that. Well, it might be a bug then. Talk about it later.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll start down the XRS path.
That was the intent one. If it's not working, then we need to talk about that.
So for XRS, this side doesn't just give you information. You're selecting items to add to your cart, so that whenever something comes up, instead of just having this, we also have this shopping cart here, which allows you to add a certain quantity of this item.
Is that just a test email account you're creating?
Yeah, just like to not have to think of them.
Okay.
I think we may need to do a valid email address to make sure it gets issued.
Yeah.
One that we haven't used yet.
I've got a domain you guys can use.
Then we want
and a bunch of folks. What was that, Ryan?
Ryan, I've sent you mine.
Email address to use,
I've sent mine. Can you check? I put it in the chat.
Before in testing?
And
No, not.
And this isn't one we have we haven't used before, right, Pradeep?
No, not. We have not used this before. Crap. Sorry. Sorry, I gave. That was my bad. That is not gmail.com. So, Fran, sorry, can you do it once again, please?
Do what? What's it then?
Can you do the registration once again? So sorry.
Let's come back to it after we go through the flow for
Okay.
access. And once we get to the end, we'll do one more, and I'll put your email address in again.
Okay.
And that's the end of the XRS one. By the way, Lonnie, for FYI, this is what it looks like. Mobile portal right now. I guess while it's still pending customer for the XRS side too.
Brian?
What's up?
Go ahead.
So last night I had all blank menus. I wrote up a defect for it last night.
Should be customer portal probably. It might just be smart to see if you reproduce as you go through the onboarding requests. Since it's going to be one button away. I'm sure you'll see it if it's still there. Did you want me to go through one more pretty to put your email address?
Yep.
And can we also verify the back-end databases?
Have to defer
we watched it before last
Vinay or somebody.
Vinay, can you check if everything has gone through for the last two onboards?
Yes, but
Steps request is still pending customer for the first one.
it's pending, but there are no errors in ERP side also. It looks good so far.
How long should we anticipate to wait for the cuffs request?
That takes like 20 minutes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that hadn't changed.
Yeah, none of that's changed.
I mean, typically about 5 minutes to create the customer is usually plenty just for the customer creation. But sometimes it takes longer for whatever reason.
So I think we've seen the front-end processes run through. I agree with Lonnie. There's a few homepage things that I don't, that looks like it should be there, but it's not. Is there anything we want to go through still in the last 7 minutes here before we get to exceptions and so on? We need to talk about, emails and then all the back-end processes.
Yeah, I think that the important thing is being able for them to be able to tell if the back-end processes are completed and how they would go about doing that.
Okay.
Is someone from... Sorry, Pete.
Yeah, I was going to ask about are the Salesforce processes working? It looks like Shree's not on the line.
Hey, Pete, I'm on the line.
Oh, okay. So, Shree, are there any known issues with the Salesforce processes for the onboarding?
I don't think we found anything on Friday.
Okay. So it's working as far as you know. Nothing you want to know.
So I got a question. Why are we needing a valid email address to test the email sending?
Yeah, I don't think it actually sends in the non-prod, right?
It sends.
Right, we just normally get the fake emails, so why do we need a real email address? I mean, we should have got them for anything we put in there. I say I'm not seeing them.
I don't know if it's an issue any longer, but I remember that since we're not logging on as ourselves, we were concerned that it wouldn't dump the copy of the email into our email to get the link. So we were having to go in the back end and pull that link. I don't know if this is a rectification of that. I just thought maybe it was germane.
I thought Salesforce just sent them to some email list we were on, like a test email. And if not, can we make that happen so we can verify it?
I've just received an email, the one that Ryan just registered. I've received an email so far.
In your Gmail account?
Yep.
So we're sending live email from Int.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it actually works the way you guys might think. All the different systems work differently. IQ sends to a test email and appropriately encode, goes to a test email. From what I understand of Salesforce, they trick the system into changing everybody's email addresses. That's all. Not any new emails are going to go out. It's just existing emails. They run a batch and just change everybody's email to a junk email.
Okay, to enable an understanding in the future from us, could we get a listing of how each one of those is supposed to act and what to expect?
So each system would need to say how those act. Basically, everything sends real email when it's new, except for anything coming out of IQ ERP that is aware of the non-prod environments.
We don't isolate our test environments from production real world any greater than that?
We've tried to. We've set up a non-prod email server, but that work has not completed.
Pete and I have been looking at that for a while now. Hey, Pradeep or whomever, who generated the email you got? Was that Salesforce that generated this email?
Yeah, it's Salesforce.
So, Sri, I thought we were going to CC the test group on the emails that are coming out of Salesforce.
That was the request. Sri, your Salesforce team, was that put in place?
No, I don't think so. So for the email alert, send it to a different team, to the testers too.
You need to add via CC, the QA group.
Okay, I don't think that's been added there because we are using the existing email alert. I don't think that exists there. Probably just for the UH intent one, we have to add it. Yeah, I'll add that.
Thank you. Do you have the distribution address? I can send it to you on Skype.
Yeah, if you can, that'll be great.
Please shoot us an email when that's complete so we'll know to expect it, when to not expect it, and when to expect it.
Sri, that request is for you.
Can you repeat? So I did not get that part. So when to expect?
Sorry, Sri.
Okay, let me answer Sean on behalf of Sri. So we expect that email when customer is invited. So once customer if you go to the Unity Code database and add the query in the customer table and you see that it is invited mode, provision mode is invited, that means you would be expecting the email for that customer as invitation. The email that Pradeep is sharing right now.
Right. My point was that it's not in place right now to send it to that group. And once that had been put in place, please let us know so we know to go there and expect it. So we don't end up thinking it should be there and it's not there and we write up a bug or something.
Okay.
Sri, did you get that? Just let us know when you do it so we can know when it's ready.
Yeah, I got that. Yep.
Okay, and I linked the distribution email address in this meeting's chat.
So Vinay has just sent out the email that the final XRS horse setting email as well. So the process is through and through complete.
Is anyone able to confirm that the cases were created in Salesforce for Kyle's team?
Yeah, it was complete. Vinay has forwarded that email actually.
For XRS?
She wants the case.
The case, not the email.
I can, in the queue. Let me think it.
And that's showing up in the right view.
I think the view might have to be confirmed by the Salesforce team.
Let me just check.
So as far as the demo to QA, are we complete? Can we just bring up any issues with the Salesforce stuff in the war room today? I think we're over now.
Yes, agreed. So Lonnie and Rafi, you guys are available for the 3 p.m. or I guess it would be 1 p.m. Central or Pacific?
Yeah.
I'm available.
Okay, just verifying. Other than the emails going to the test account, everything is now complete and handed off to us. Is that a correct
There's
assumption?
still ongoing issues. There's Pradeep. I'll get with Pradeep. He has a list of those things.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll share that. I'll share that.
I'm sorry. Can you also get with Lonnie? So Lonnie went through a walkthrough last Friday night. You need to combine your listing of known issues and send it out to everybody, and then we can make sure we get tickets for them.
Sure, we'll do that. I have tickets already.
I've created tickets for everything I've noted.
Okay. So let's get the tickets in that are out there so we don't reduplicate those tickets.
So, okay. So David, we're considering an official handoff at this point with known issues. Do you agree? It's rough. I totally agree. This is a lot rougher than I'd like. But we can't get through the process, which means that it's not blocked. So we could do some testing and write up some of those tickets, like Lonnie was mentioning.
Yeah, I think so. Lonnie, Q18, are there any process or requirement questions still outstanding? I know, Lonnie, you had a couple early on, which we can bring those up at 3 o'clock, but are there any other things right now that unknowns that you guys would not be able to start testing?
No, I don't think anything that's stopping us from starting testing, no.
I don't have it.
All right.
I think we're good. We'll start
about the QA. Cool.
Yeah, we'll start kicking the tires on it.
Okay. So just one thing is I already see a case created with the subject XRS war host info. I'm guessing that's the case.
I pasted the case number into the meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the case number.